have a message, a channel, a revelation, a gift for y'all from my heart to yours. But first things first, hey boo, hey, I'm back. Tippity tapping, let's chat. So I was having a conversation. It was a game day for my boys, and I was having a conversation with them. It's not my first time having this conversation with them, and it's something that has been with me for a very, very long time. And even after I had the conversation with them, it was still ringing in my spirit, right? And when we feel something constantly on our mind and our spirit, we keep on feeling the vibration of a thing or a subject or a person, we know that we're supposed to do something with that. And for me, when I have something vibrating in my spirit, when I have something that is lingering with me, that's staying with me, I know that I'm supposed to share it. So here I am sharing it with you all because I just love each of you so much. I love this world that we're living in and everything that's in it. So I was speaking with them about pushing through exhaustion, the feeling of exhaustion, pushing through feeling tired, pushing through what feels like you cannot push anymore, right? Pushing through your heart pounding when you're running up and down the court, just pushing through, just sweating, and all those discomforts that you feel when you're an athlete. Now, this is something that I can relate to. And now that I think about it, this is a little bit of story time. I won't go too in depth with this, but this is something that was with me even in childhood. I incurred some things that were hard to deal with, that were extremely painful, very confusing, and I built up a resilience. And even though at the time, as a child, I didn't know, like, oh, I'm pushing through this pain, I'm pushing through this trauma, I'm pushing through these feelings and this confusion, I learned to numb myself. No, at the time, it was not a healthy thing to do. How would I know that? I was just a kid. But my body responded in a way that felt like, oh, we can tolerate this, we can deal with this, right? And then as I got older, I got into my teenage years. And when I was in high school, I became an athlete. And it really was a good thing for me to join the track team. And that's what I ran. I was a part of the cross country team, track and field. I was a jumper. And my first time experiencing running, and to be completely transparent with you all, it was painful. It was very painful. My chest was hurting. It felt like my lungs had locked up on me, like I couldn't barely get any air in and definitely no air out. Everything was hurting. My legs, my feet, my thighs, my knees, my butt, everything. It was painful, right? It was painful. But it wasn't as painful as the things that I was enduring and my experiences, right? And then I began to embrace the pain of running, the pain of injuries from running. And I was like a baby deer, so I fell often. I fell really often. And so even the pain from getting injured, I started to embrace it, because it was like, I'm okay with this pain, and this pain is helping me work through the other pains that I can do nothing about, the feelings that I can't express and don't understand, and so I started to look forward to being out of breath, right? I started to look forward to muscle aches. It got to the point where even when I would fall, like one time I remember a meet, and we were running. It was a cross country meet, and I'm running. You know, I'm thinking about what my coach is saying in my head, like pace yourself, blah blah blah. So I'm going, and then we're going through the woods, right? And I fall, and this stick just gashes me in the leg. And listen, I was a tiny little. I was scrawny. I was just long and skinny, and I remember looking down at the stick hanging out my leg, and I just pulled it out. It's like I didn't even feel it. I had became so invincible to the pain within that realm that I was willing to accept that it didn't even hurt anymore. I did not feel the pain from the stick hanging out of my leg, and it was like hanging out of my leg in like 3 different places. So I pulled the stick out my leg. All the other runners are stopping, like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" My behind look up and say, now mind you, I was never a confident kid, never cocky, never believed in myself or anything. But like I said, I loved running. It was liberating for me. And so I looked up and I said, if I were y'all, I would keep running. Because if you don't keep running, I'm going to pass you. So they're like, oh snap, right? They run off. They're like, this girl's crazy. So they run off. So I hop up and I just get it. I'm going and I'm pushing even harder. Mind you, my coach did not train us to try to sprint a distance run. He did not train us to do that. He trained us to pace ourselves for most of the run and then pick up speed at certain times to make sure that we get, at least get in the top 5 if you can, right? Or depending on how many people you're racing against, because cross country, it can be a lot, dozens of people. So I'm like getting it, right? I'm getting it. And I'm starting to feel that pain come in. Like then my heart is like boom, boom, boom. I mean, like it's going so fast, but it's going fast, but it's so heavy. It's hitting my chest so heavy that it was almost like just big, heavy hammer hits in slow motion. And I loved it. You know what I mean? I started feeling pain in all of my muscles and I loved it. And it forced me to just run faster. I embraced the pain. And me embracing that pain was my way of pushing through. And so, yes, even after that time as a runner, because I didn't get to run in college, but even at that time as a runner, I found myself in situations, like abusive relationships. Just unfortunately, sometimes when you experience things in your youth, sometimes you find yourself in those same situations just with different people again, right? And because you may become comfortable with knowing what to expect, you may tolerate it. And so unfortunately, I found myself in some of those relationships. I found myself in situations where I didn't have control over what was happening to me again. And so I just was like, okay, this is what's happening. This is my life. This is what I'm subject to. So my way of pushing through is, I'm just going to numb myself to it. I'm not going to feel it, just like I chose not to feel certain things when I was a kid. So mentally, I checked out. Again, not healthy. Don't check out. Okay? Don't check out. That is not the point, the point of this story. But my point is that, sorry, I'll be right back. Okay, I think he's done barking at the neighbors. So my point in sharing this with you all is that our minds are powerful. Our will to survive, to thrive is powerful. And if it's used in a way that strengthens us, that emboldens us, that gives us that push that we need to overcome the things that we're going through, it can be one of the best tools that you have. And that's why I'm here today to share with you that your blessings, that your happiness, that your comfort, that your safety, that your dreams are all on the other side of that discomfort, all on the other side of your pain, all on the other side of your tears, all on the other side of your struggle, all on the other side of your stress, all on the other side of your anxiety. Now, no, I am not saying at all that if you're in a situation where you are not being treated properly, if you are being abused, if you are not being treated well in your living environment, no, I am not saying numb yourself to those things. But if you are a person who finds yourself in a predicament in life where, let's say for example, you're going through a struggle, like let's just use a financial struggle. I know a lot of families are going through this right now, and I can relate to this. So if you're going through a financial struggle and you're like looking at your credit report and you're looking at your bills and you're looking at your debt and you're just sinking inside, and your mind is saying, how am I going to fix this? How am I going to rectify this? How long is this going to take? How am I ever going to buy my home? How am I ever going to get a new car? How am I ever going to send my kids to college? How am I going to save for retirement? When you are thinking on these things and you're feeling that ache and that heaviness and that burden inside of your heart while you're thinking about these things, that is what I want you to push through. That's what I want you to push through. I want you to be able to stop and say, you know what? These feelings that I'm feeling, they are valid. And I have a right to feel this way. But I also have a right to push through these feelings and do something for myself. To push through and take action. Yes, I'm feeling anxious. Yes, I'm feeling scared. Yes, I'm sad. Yes, I'm feeling down. Yes, I'm feeling hopeless. And then I breathe. Because don't forget, life is on the other side of your breath. If you can breathe and just focus on that breathing, it reminds you that you are here. And as long as you are here, there is something you can do. And so I want you to take that moment and breathe into it. Let those feelings calm down. They may not go away, right? They don't have to go away immediately, but calm them down so that you remember, whoa, I'm here. I'm still here. And I can do something about this. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to push through this. I'm going to push through these feelings. And I'm going to sit here and I'm going to make a list of the resources that I already have. I'm going to make a list of the things that I can do right now in the next 5 minutes, what I can do in the next 24 hours, what I can do in the next 36 hours, what I can do in the next week, and just let that grow step by step, one small step is better than no steps at all. If any of you are a former athlete, or even if you're not a former athlete, even if you're a person that has committed to anything, what any goal, going to the gym to sculpt your body, or to lose weight, or changing, how what you feed yourself, how you eat, because you just want to be healthier, or you want to have a healthier appearance, or if it's going to school, damn sure going to school. It does college, tech school, whatever. We all know that first step gets us closer to where we want to be than no step at all, right? And that is what I'm talking about. That is how you push through, right? And you must push through. Do you really deserve to sit and feel down? Do you really deserve to sit and have those thoughts that stress you out on a loop in your mind? Do you deserve that? After all that you've already done. Yes, I know this present moment may not be the best moment of your life. It may not feel good. It does not have to. It's going to do exactly what it's supposed to. It's going to teach you how to push through. If this message has found you, this is a call to action. This is a call to action. God wants you to push through, or the universe, your spirit guides, the angels, however you label that higher being that you know has your back, wants you to push through, wants you to receive this message of, I see you. You are not alone. Yes, this moment in time may feel hard and difficult to deal with, but you have the strength and the ability to push through. I need you to learn how strong and resourceful you are. This message is also, I just heard in my spirit, this message is also for the person that is in an unsafe environment. And what I'm hearing is that this is your call to action as well. To take that first step, to get yourself to safety. You don't deserve to be in an unsafe environment. You don't deserve what you're going through. This is a separate message from what I intended on speaking on this message, but I am led by the Spirit of God, and I must deliver what is revealed to me. And what I'm hearing is that one step is better than none. That first step can help you get to safety. And you've got to know that you deserve to be safe. You've got to know that you deserve a day not to expect to be abused, not to expect to be taken advantage of, not to expect to be mistreated and talked down to. And I'm sending you so much love, so much light, and prayers for your healing and your liberty. I just want each of you to understand that yes, there are real things happening to each of us in this world. Real things. Some of them are heavy and it feels like you will never get through it. But that is not true. I am living proof. I am real. I am very real, and I am very alive, and I am still here. I am living, breathing, walking proof that no matter what situation you are in, no matter what is going on in your life, if you just take a moment, just try it for yourself. Try it, even if you can't try it for yourself, because I know how it is not to love yourself. Try it for me. Try it for me. Take that moment and acknowledge that you're feeling what you're feeling. And then I want you to try to take that deep breath. You may not get it on the first breath, honey. Let me tell you. I have had times when I cried for days. I didn't even know how I was breathing. But I want you to keep trying until you get that one breath that pulls you back in and just gives you that moment of calm. All you need is that moment of calm so you can get that moment of clarity to say, I can take one step. And I'm telling you right now, and I'm setting the intention that when you take that first step, it will lead to many steps of you continuing to go forward. I am not saying that you won't cry again, baby. I'm not saying that you won't get anxious again, baby. But I'm saying after that point, then you will have the proof that you are able to let those tears out and let those emotions out. Let those emotions be free. Let them out. But don't forget to take that breath so that you can stop and say, whoa, I actually don't much like sitting here and crying. I actually don't much like sitting here feeling anxious. I don't actually much like sitting here and being stressed the you know what out of my mind. You know what? I'd rather grab my pen and paper. You know what? Let's grab some highlighters. Let's grab some markers. Let's make this an art project. Anything to get these tears to stop. Anything. Look, honey, make it a date, honey. Light you a candle, okay? Get you some alkaline water, all right? Or if you like tea, or smoothie, whatever, okay? Long as it's healthy for you. We ain't got time to be unhealthy. Okay. Like, whatever pleases you. Like, for example, I have been in situations sometimes that has made me even question God, like, where are you? Like, where are you? What are you saying? What are you doing? What are you trying to say? Say something. And then I felt in my spirit, surround yourself with the things that make you smile. Now, mind you, that was not the answer to my question, okay? But I heard it loud and clear. And you know what I did? And I couldn't even afford it at the time. But I was so desperate to feel better. I was like, I love flowers. I love nature. So I washed my face, I brushed my teeth, and I threw on probably anything. Sometimes I throw on anything to go outside. And I just walked outside. And when I walked outside and the sun touched my skin, it was everything. Because I had been sitting in the house, stressing, tearing up, making myself stop crying, getting on the computer, searching, doom searching. Then I hopped in my truck and I went and bought me some flowers. I brought them back into my apartment. I made up my bed. I spruced up. Then I hopped in the shower. Like, I was like, okay. Okay. I'm starting to feel a little bit better here, right? And that's what you gotta do. Whatever you know serves you. And sometimes it doesn't even have to be that elaborate. Sometimes I just throw some music on because God knows I love singing. When I sing, I feel like I'm flying. I feel like a wild horse. Like, seriously, I feel like an absolute bird when I sing. And so that's what you have to give yourself. When you're starting to feel those feelings, just start with that one breath. Start with that one breath. Push through. Let that breath take you into one step. One thing you can act on to pull you back in, to inspire you, to encourage you, to strengthen you and embolden you. You can do this, and you deserve it. I know you deserve it because you found this message. I truly hope these words have met your heart and you open the door and let it walk in because you know it's the absolute truth that you deserve the best of everything. So I want you to take these steps and I want you to use them. If this message has been a blessing to you, please feel free to let me know in the comments if you feel safe enough and comfortable enough to share how this message is a blessing to you. Or you can just drop me a shooting star emoji. That would just make me so happy. But I love each of you. Please, please, please help my channel grow. And please like this video, comment, send me a shooting star, okay? And subscribe. Because when I get these messages straight from the divine, I don't want you to miss any of them. I love you all.